I remember being up the hill. I think I'm going. I remember there were like 2 routes. Maybe I'm going the right way. I'm dumb. Oh yeah, there's the other route. Wait, no, I'm just stupid. I was going backwards because this one needs to slide down. So then where's the other route?
A wonderful sight. The moon cresting the junction between the cliff path and the stone circle. It cast a shadow of the ridge across the beach, all the world as if you had signed your name in untidy handwriting.
Okay, apparently I'm going the right way then. Apparently I did go around. Is there like any objectives? Do I just explore and uncover a story? That seems kind of cool, but I think I like it if they're like, you know, like some action-y elements. Like I'm one for a good story, but I love books. I read all the time, but it's a video game.
When someone had died or was dying, or was so ill they gave up what little hope they could sacrifice, they cut parallel lines into the cliff, exposing the white chalk beneath. You could see them from the mainland or the fishing boat, and know to send aid or impose a cordon of protection, and wait a generation until whatever pestilence stalked the cliff paths died along with its hosts. My lines are just for this, to keep any would-be rescuers at bay. The infection is not simply of the flesh.
Wait, so there was a pestilence, and he doesn't want people to come because then they'd get infected? I could be way off the mark. Maybe that's supposed to be a symbolic thing, metaphor. I don't know. Man, I gotta say, this place is pretty weather beaten. You know, the Vikings, when they would, you know, settle in coastal towns, they'd often build like across the side of a hill. They didn't have many towns that were exactly on the coast. They went behind the hill for, you know, protection against the wind, and that is kind of creepy. I should probably not jump down there. Creepy. What's this supposed to be? Is this supposed to be a single rock? Is there carving on it? I think I see like there's a carving, or it's just a rock. Well, obviously the rock is carved, but I mean, if there's a specific thing carved on it.
I quote directly, a motley lot with little to recommend them. I have now spent 3 days in their company. That is, I fear, enough for any man not born amongst them. Despite their tedious inclination to quote scripture, they seem to me the most godforsaken of all the inhabitants of the Outer Isles. Indeed, in this case, the very gravity of that term, forsaken by God, seems to find its very apex. It appears to me that Donnelly, too, found those who wander this shoreline to be adrift from any chance of redemption. Did he include himself in that, I wonder?
Okay, so Donnelly, they just said Donnelly's boots or something, so I'm assuming he's a character. Thing is, if they often came to this island and he maybe got lost around here, do you think that they'd like call in like not helicopters, but the Coast Guard, and the Coast Guard investigate this place and save me, or the guy who's dead if I'm playing as Esther? Just like I got a text from my mom. They'll be back in 20 minutes. God, the rain here must be abhorrent. It's like pour down. Because I mean, it's a small island, as you can see. I'm already on the other side. So, and it's obviously very cloudy. I guess this is like the Pacific. And the Pacific has a lot of rain, I know from experience. Especially if this was like an Alaskan island. Or, you know, I'm from Northern California, so I know rain and I know cold, I know the
Dear
ocean.
Esther, I met Paul. I made my own little pilgrimage. My Damascus, a small semi-detached on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. We drank coffee in his kitchen and tried to connect to one another. Although he knew I hadn't come in search of an apology, reason or retribution, he still spiraled in panic, thrown high and lucid by his own dented bonnet. Responsibility had made him old. Like us, he'd already passed beyond any conceivable boundary of life.
That's depressing. I think that's about some guy who's basically, you know, like weak and whatever, insane. I don't know. Maybe I'm currently writing these things as I walk along. Am I on the phone? Forgetting.
I would leave you presents outside your retreat in this interim space between cliff and beach. I would leave you loaves and fishes, but the fish stocks have been depleted and I've run out of bread. I would row you back to your homeland in a bottomless boat, but I fear we would both be driven mad by the chatter of the sea creatures.
Wait, so apparently they were huge. So it's like there was a pestilence with the indigenous people, and he was on it, and they didn't want to bring it back. Whatever. Wow, these are really cool. That's just it's just paint, apparently glow in the dark paint. Let's see. That is a no. That honestly, that's like a tree, and these things here are like carnivorous plants or something. Okay, wait, no, this is a chemical formula. See, there's O and H and stuff, but I don't know. I think it's something to do with chemicals. This just looks cool. Yeah, that's supposed to be treat. This, I'm guessing, is a bull, goat. Honestly, it's an animal. Maybe a constellation. I cannot tell at all. That's definitely like a tree or roots or something. They might do the door from Lord of the Rings, but like the tree on it. That's probably also a tree. Well, these stalactites or stalagmites. I think they're stalagmites. These mites on the bottom, I think. Wait, did I just go in a... Yeah, I just went in like a semicircle. Sad music. Very short, sad music. Is it like a bug or something? It's not... I don't know. It's just like... Is there a bug that it's like playing in parts? I think there's like a... Wait, a pestilence is different from a plague. A pestilence isn't when it's like with the crops. So if there's a pestilence here, you wouldn't really need to have to stay. I mean, probably there's some cure or antibiotic for it. This opens up, so I'm assuming I'm supposed to go in here. Let's just from it for aesthetics. I think it's just for aesthetics.
He still maintains he wasn't drunk, but tired. I can't make the judgment or the distinction anymore. I was drunk when I landed here, and tired too. I walked up the cliff path in near darkness, and camped in the bay where the trawler lies beach. It was only at dawn that I saw the bothy, and decided to make my temporary lodgings there. I was expecting just the aerial, and a transmitter stashed in a weatherproof box somewhere on the mount. It had an air of uneasy permanence to it. Like all the other buildings here, erosion seems to have evaded it completely.
So he's taking shelter in like some old house. These were the creepy rocks. Yeah, I was walking there. Jesus Christ. This reminds me of Stonehenge. I've never seen Stonehenge. I've only ever been to England like once, and when I was like way little. What's this? This is... I have no freaking idea. I just don't know. That looked kind of like a screaming face. Creepy. Let's see. No, I'm probably gonna walk on there. It seems rather linear for this, but I'm not sure if I go the wrong way or not, because I haven't played this game before. I'm not sure. That leads back to the beach, remember? Because there's gonna be like a straight cliff down to the beach. You know, if these clouds would rain in like a day, I know they're all dark, but they should be completely like clouding the sky almost in like IRL. Also, where I came from, there's like this beach grass stuff. I'm not sure what it's called. When people were first making railroads, the sand from the beach would get on the railroads. They planted this thing, and it would keep the sand down. It was like a tall, like brown grass. It was like everywhere. Apparently, it was invasive. Wait, did I just die? Did I? What? I take it I wasn't supposed to go that route. Oh, I got a checkpoint. Do you think it would just have like a sheer wall if it meant I was going the wrong way? I think it might just be a checkpoint. I don't know, I'm having like 0 FPS right now. No, it's like 8. This game so far, it's not too bad. And I hope something more interesting happens. Like some twist in the story, but I'm pretty sure it's like you're looking at this in like hindsight or from someone else's point of view and looking back at it. Or you're playing as the guy who's telling the story, so it's all like in hindsight, so I don't think there's gonna be a lot of twists.
Esther, I have now driven the stretch of the M5 between Exeter and Bristol over 21 times. But although I have all the reports and all the witnesses, and have cross-referenced them within a millimetre using my Ordnance Survey maps, I simply cannot find the location. You'd think there would be marks to serve as some evidence. It's somewhere between the turn-off for Sanford and the welcome brake services, but although I can always see it in my rear-view mirror, I have as yet been unable to pull ashore.
Apparently he's looking for an island. Maybe they were oh yeah, I'm pretty sure it said something about expedition or something. Which way to go? I'm gonna go this way. Because it seems like that goes way farther than this one just might end, and suddenly I don't want to go way farther than have to walk back here. You'd think that this is one of the blinker things, there won't be nearly as many shipwrecks. That's like, I'd like walk towards the blinker thing, because, you know, boats would, you know, obviously see that. I'm sure it's not meaning that someone's stranded, just seeing it. But you'd think a guy would land there eventually. Well, I guess they'd see the blinker irrelevant as if you're standing there or not. So, yeah. I'm talking rock fishing. There's like those rocks over there. Dude, like everywhere, and they're way taller. And you know, rockfish live there, and I caught some. Me and my dad and my brother caught like 30 pounds total. No, I'm not 30 pounds, 30 fish.
An imagined answer phone message. The tires are flat, the wheel spins loosely, and the brake fluid has run like ink over this map, staining the landmarks and rendering the coastline mute, compromised. Where you saw galaxies, I saw only bruises cut into the cliff by my lack of sobriety.
This place obviously isn't deserted. I mean, there's one of those things there. Oh yeah, there's I thought the blinker was like over there, and I went around it. I forgot they're extremely tall. Oh, they make this really annoying beeping sound. I like always hated it when I went on walks at the beach, but now that I live in Tucson, I'd like murder someone to hear that sound. I'd probably look it up on YouTube, but I don't know what the things are called. But I mean, this place is obviously not deserted because there's still electricity going to the thing. And this place is obviously having a lot of storms. It's windy. It's on the coast. You know, it's small islanded, and there'd obviously be a lot of storms. The storms would cut out power. Someone has to repair it. Unless there hasn't been a storm in like a decade, and I'd reckon, if anything, that's how long this place has been deserted for or more. Then you know, someone would repair it. So, then I'm trying to use IRL logic.